Welcome today. Stand with your feet a couple of inches apart and lift your toes upwards away from the floor and spread your big toes and little toes away from each other. And then when you bring your toes back down onto the floor, even out the weight between the big toe mounds and the little toe mounds of your feet, so that you're not dropping to the inner edges or rolling all the way to the outer edges, but just be right in the very middle, so that there is an evenness to the spread of the ball mounds of your feet. Now take your arms upwards to Urdhva Hastasana, upward arm pose. And now from here, bend your legs to utkatasana. Now press your heels down and stay with the weight evenly on your heels, and then stretch your arms upwards towards the ceiling. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, bring your arms all the way down. Now bring your hands to the tops of your thighs. The first part of utkatasana, which means awkward extension pose, is to learn the bend of the legs. So notice from here that the heels stay down on the floor, and as you bend your legs, press your thighs down using your hands. And as you keep your heels bearing even weight, press your thighs down, and then from here, lift your chest upwards. And maintain the direction of your thighs descending downwards, and the lift of your chest upwards, and then stretch your arms upwards to Urdhva Hastasana. And as you take the next few cycles of breath, can you work with the image of this awkward extension, that the thighs go down as the waist and the ribs and the chest and the arms extend upwards, two opposite directions. And then inhale and straighten your legs. Exhale and bring your arms down. Now you'll take your hands to the tops of your thighs once again, with the feet slightly apart. Spread the ball mounds of the feet, and then from here bend again to this utkatasana position, and press your thighs down, lift your chest up. And now press your thighs back to the wall behind you as you straighten your legs, and then extend your chest forwards. And then bend the legs once again. Come back to utkatasana. Press your thighs down, lift your chest up, and then straighten your legs, press your thighs back, and then extend your chest forwards. And then bend the legs, come back to utkatasana, stretch your arms upwards, Urdhva Hastasana, and then straighten your legs. Exhale, bring your arms all the way down. From here, step forwards to the front edge of your mat. And then with your feet together this time, stretch your arms up to Urdhva Hastasana and bend to Utkatasana. Bring your hands to the floor and step your right foot back and then your left foot back. Separate your feet and now stretch your arms and stretch your legs straight. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now bend your legs and take your right leg all the way forwards, and then take your left leg forwards. Now bend the legs once again, keep your fingertips on the floor, and now lift your chest up, and then extend your arms upwards, thighs down, chest up, Urdhva Hastasana, exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, extend your arms up, exhale, bend the legs, Utkatasana, bring your hands down, and then step your left leg back, step the right leg back, separate your feet, and stretch your arms and your legs straight, and now take your left leg all the way forwards, and then take your right leg forwards, bend the legs, Utkatasana, stretch your arms up, lift your chest, inhale, straighten your legs, exhale, bring your arms down. One more time, each side, inhale, lift, exhale, Utkatasana, bring your hands down, step your right leg back, and then your left leg back, press your thighs from the front to the back, and then take your right leg forwards, and your left leg forwards. Bend the legs, Utkatasana, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring your arms down, and then inhale, extend up. Exhale, Utkatasana. Bring your hands down, take your left leg back, and then your right leg back, and then take your left leg forwards. Take your right leg forwards. Bend the legs, Utkatasana, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring your arms all the way down. Now lift your chest upwards from here, feet together, Tadasana, take a few breaths. So our next pose is Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So you'll stand sideways on your mat. And now bring your hands to your chest, bend your legs, step or jump the legs wide to the side. Now keep your arms stretched out and turn the left leg in, turn your right leg out, and stretch your arms outwards to the side. Now with your back leg straight, lift your chest up and now bend your front leg just like utkatasana. Take your thigh down, lift your chest up, and then stretch your back leg straight and stretch your back heel onto the floor as much as you can. And now inhale, straighten your right leg, turn to face forwards, and now turn your right leg in, turn your left leg out, stretch your arms and your legs straight to start with, and now lift your chest as you exhale, bend your left leg. And see if you can get your thigh to descend. Straight your back leg straight and reach into your heel. Lift your chest, and then inhale, straighten your left leg, turn to face forwards, step or jump your legs all the way together, and then bring your arms down. Now, from here, take the same pose, so jump the legs to the side, and turn to your right side, and now bring your hands onto your thigh. And as you bend the leg, press your right thigh down, and lean into your right thigh so that the thigh becomes parallel to the floor. And you can notice from the camera that there is a right angle between my lower leg and my upper leg. Press your thigh down, and now keep your thigh pressed down, and lift your chest upwards away from your thigh. And then stretch your left heel directly down into the floor, and lift your chest up more. Now maintain, again, the two opposite directions of your thigh descending down. Your chest lifts up, and then sweep your arms out and upwards to Urdhva Hastasana. So this pose, Virabhadrasana 1, is almost like a half utkatasana. Thigh down, chest up, back leg stretches completely straight. Stretch your back heel onto the floor, and then lift from your arms, straighten your right leg, and then turn to face forwards. Bring your hands to your hips. Now lift your chest and turn your right leg, turn your left leg. Bring your hands onto your left thigh, and then press your thigh down, and lean down into your thigh with your hands. And then from here, lift upwards through your waist, ribs, and chest. And see if you can get your left thigh to be at a right angle with your knee directly over your shin, over your ankle, thigh down. And now lift your chest up, stretch your arms out, stretch your arms up. And now take your left thigh down, lift your chest up, stretch your arms straight. And now reach your right heel onto the floor. And continue to stretch upwards with your arms. So one long straight line from your right heel as it stretches back and down to your waist and ribs and chest as they stretch up towards your arms. And now pull from your arms, turn to face forwards, and then step or jump your legs all the way together. Okay. So we're going to continue with this theme of moving the thighs in one direction and the chest in the other direction for the pose that we call Prasarita and Padottanasana. So bring your hands to your chest, step or jump your legs to the side, bring your hands onto your hips and turn your feet so that they are parallel to the side edges of your sticky mat. Now on your exhalation, bend forwards and place your hands down onto the floor. Start off with the hands underneath your shoulders. Now spread your toes once again. Spread the ball mounds of your feet and evenly bear weight on the big toe mound and the little toe mounds of your feet. And then from this position, press your thighs back as if you had your hands on your thighs. Move your thighs from the front to the back, and then lengthen your waist and your ribs and your chest in the opposite direction to your thighs, so that you get longer through what we call the side body. Now, take a twist to your right side. So walk your hands over towards your right leg. You can bring your right hand to your right hip and your left hand somewhere on your right lower leg. And as you lift your chest, turn towards your right leg. And as you turn, move your left thigh and your left hip up and back. The left hip lifts up and back, and the left side chest turns in the direction of the right foot. Inhale and lift your chest. Exhale and turn. Left thigh pulling up and back. Left heel stretches down. Chest lifts and turns. And then you'll come back to the center and take your other side. Walk your hands over towards the left leg, and you'll hold on to your left shin, your left ankle with your right hand. Again, spread the toes. Press your feet down evenly into the floor. Lift your chest and turn your chest towards the left side. Now the right thigh and the right hip lifts up and back so that the hips stay even. And then you exhale and turn. Inhale and lift, and exhale and turn. Inhale and lengthen your chest, and exhale and turn. And then come back to the center. And now lengthen both sides evenly, away from your legs. Hips back, thighs back, waist, ribs, and chest forwards. Now without moving your mat, pull the mat back between your legs and lengthen your chest forwards from there. And see that you're not just lifting your chin forwards. Keep your face quiet. On your exhalation, chest forwards. Then to come on out of the pose, heel toe your feet closer together. And then you can bring your hands to your hips and come on all the way up. For the next couple of poses, you're going to need to have a bolster. So I'm going to take this orange bolster and place it on the sticky mat like so. And the first pose we're going to do is a supported variation of a pose called utkatasana. So do you see how I have the soles of the feet together? And I'm sitting an inch or so in front of the bolster, and then I get to lie back. Head comes onto the bolster. Watch for a moment. I take my hands to the buttocks and lift them up and push the top buttocks away from the bolster to lengthen the lower back. And then the arms extend over. So go ahead and get yourself ready for this pose. So we call this utkatasana. You'll sit in front of your bolster a couple of inches. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees release away to the side. And then lie back on the bolster. Before taking your arms overhead, lift your buttocks up and use your hands to push the buttocks away from the bolster, and then you can let your arms extend over towards the other end of the bolster. Now from here, can you release your thighs down and extend your waist, ribs, and chest towards your arms? On your exhalation, become longer in your side body. Stretch your arms straight and relax your thighs downwards towards the floor any amount that you can. Then bring your arms down to your outer thighs and hips. Bring the legs together and then cross your legs at your shins, and then you can let the legs release down once again and stretch your arms overhead. We call this Supta Swastikasana. Just a couple of breaths here. And all the while, extend your waist, ribs, and chest towards your arms and let your legs release completely. And you can bring your arms down and switch the cross of your legs. Use your exhalations to create more length and more space. Stretch your arms straighter. See if you can extend your thumbs further and further away. Relax your face. Relax your eyes. Relax your thighs. And then bring your arms all the way down. Bring your legs together and roll over to your right side and come on up. So for the next pose, you're going to take the Virasana, and you see how I've got my feet either side of the bolster, and I move the flesh of the calf muscles to come back and down to sit on the bolster. So if this is no good for your knees, you just do this pose with your legs stretched out straight. Both of them would be stretched out straight into Dandasana, staff pose. So from here, with your legs in Virasana, start off sitting up on the bolster. And now take your arms forwards and interlace the fingers. Turn your wrists and palms and stretch your arms up. We call this pose Parvatasana. So stretch upwards with your arms, and like utkatasana, can you release downwards with your thighs, particularly your inner thighs, downwards towards the floor as you stretch your arms upwards. Draw your elbows in, spread your palms, and then exhale, release your arms to the side to come down. And before you take your second side, bring your hands to your thighs and press your thighs down. Again, lean into your thighs. Get your thighs closer and closer to the floor. And then leave them there. See if you can maintain the thighs moving down, and then take your arms forwards, interlace your fingers. The other index finger is on the top. Turn your wrists and palms, stretch your arms up, straighten your arms. And just like utkatasana, can you release your thighs down and lift your waist and ribs and chest upwards. Elbows in, palms spread, face soft. And now exhale, release your arms to the sides to come down. Now those of you who can't do Virasana, you're going to keep your legs out straight, and everybody is going to come off the bolster, either with your legs straight or your legs in Virasana. And then those of you who can, you can come into Supta Virasana, like so. You're off the bolster. You can lift the buttocks again and lengthen the buttocks towards the backs of your knees. And then we'll take a few breaths here, stretching your arms straight and stretching your thighs towards your knees. Particularly the little toe sides of your knees coming downwards towards the floor. What we call the outer edges of the knees stretch downwards. The outer shins move downwards. The little toe sides of the feet stretch downwards. If you're in Virasana, and those of you with your legs straight, press your thighs down. Those of us in Virasana, release your thighs down. And you might feel a stretch all the way in your abdomen. And then to come on out, you bring your arms down, you lift your chest, and come on out of Virasana. Come forwards, and then cross your ankles, and you'll sit back on the mat, and everyone will be in this pose we call Dandasana, with the feet slightly separated. And then you'll press your heels down, and then press the backs of your knees down without lifting your heels, so that you can stretch the backs of your knees from Virasana. And now again, thighs down, chest up. Move your shoulders back and broaden your collarbones. Press your heels down evenly into the mat. Press the backs of your knees down evenly into the mat, and lift your chest up. And then from here, go ahead and come on out. So our final pose today is Setu Bandha with the bolster. And so I'm going to show from here. You get to sit on the side of your bolster that's closest to the wall. And notice I'm about 2 feet away from the wall. And then from here I get to lie back and watch as I bring my head down and then slowly come back and down until my shoulders come onto the floor. And then one leg at a time, I get to extend my legs towards the wall so that the heels touch. The ball mounds of the feet touch, and my heels are also touching the floor. Notice that the legs are straight. For this position, it's the same idea as we've been working. The thighs get to press down and stretch towards the wall. The waist, ribs, and chest get to extend away from the wall. And then notice how the shoulders are down and the arms relax to the side. When you come out of this pose, you'll bend your legs and slide head first to come on out. You can always move the bolster away to the side and roll over to your side to come on up. So once I show you this pose, I would recommend that you can even turn once you're in the pose, you can turn the video off and you can be in this pose for up to 10 minutes. And then to come out, again, you bend your legs, slide back and roll to your side to come on up. So let's go in together. Make sure that you've got your bolster a couple of feet away from the wall, and you'll sit to the side of the bolster that's closest to the wall and lie directly back on the bolster. And then from here, you'll edge yourself back until your shoulders come down onto the floor, and then you'll stretch your legs out straight. Most of your body is supported on the bolster. It's really only your shoulders and your neck and your head that are off the front edge of the bolster. And it's really only your shins and a little bit of your thighs that are off the bolster. Stretch your heels in the direction of the wall and stretch your legs in the direction of the wall and also downwards towards the floor. Keep your legs very active and keep your shoulders very passive. And see if you can't relax and broaden your collarbones, relax and soften your neck, relax and soften your face. And as you take the next couple of minutes here, can you be in these two opposite directions of stretching your thighs towards your heels, towards the wall, and then your waist and your ribs and the entire side of your body, left side and right side, all the way to your side chest, and let your shoulders release down. You can close your eyes. And as I made mention before, you can hold this pose for 5 to 10 minutes. And when you're ready to come out, you bend your legs and slide yourself head first. You can lift your hips up and push the bolster in the direction of the wall. And then roll over to your right side and come on all the way up. Thank you for listening today.